Welcome to Didactics with David Lopez. Today, I'm going to talk about a company that is probably affecting your business if you run a supplement company, cosmetics company, or even an online pharmacy that you might not even know about. I've mentioned this company in other videos that I've done, and if you haven't seen my other videos, please check them out and subscribe. Videos that cover things like supplements, cosmetics, and specific supplements such as kratom, CBD, and kava. I've mentioned this company, and today I'm actually going to try to do my best to talk about this company, what you need to know if you're starting a business or you have a business, and what some of my personal opinions are on how they operate and why they do the things they do. The company I'm referring to is called LegitScript. Let me go over some of the history of LegitScript and why they were started and what they actually do. LegitScript was actually founded in July of 2008 by a gentleman named John Horton. Now, John Horton was a White House aide for drug policy during the George W. Bush era. Now, as far as what that means, I've been told that he was basically a pharmaceutical lobbyist or had something to do with that. I've looked into this. I'm trying to get a little bit more information. I'll probably have some follow-up videos. Really, this is just kind of to give you a quick brief overview. Not everything here might be 100% accurate, but if it isn't, feel free to drop a comment or leave me or send me an email. I'll be more than happy to correct it. LegitScript is a company that is the only one of its kind that is recognized by the National Association Board of Pharmacies. They are partnered with companies like Google, Amazon, Facebook, and they're even endorsed by MasterCard. When LegitScript originally started, their whole purpose was to go after rogue online pharmacies. Online pharmacies that were being run supposedly in Canada, but actually being run by Russian pill gangs apparently, so that people couldn't just order prescription drugs over the internet without a prescription. I think they went after online steroid websites in the very beginning, but they got very, very popular during, I believe about 2010. We're going after online internet pharmacies that were unregulated. So they affect everything from the way you're able to use Google AdWords, the way that you're able to market on Facebook, the things that you can sell on Amazon, and whether or not you can get set up to accept credit cards through a credit card processing company. That's kind of my area of e-commerce and how I've been able to or had to deal with them in the past, and consulting my clients on best practices to get an underwriting bank to approve you based off of what LegitScript has in their database and what they recommend. They got very, very big at around 2010 when they were going after these rogue internet pharmacies, and the CEO even found himself the subject of a smear campaign of his name and former legal business address being registered to adult domains and some very unsavory websites that people were, I guess, getting sent to if they were either Googling him or they would email people that he knew. Just some very, very shady stuff that the Russian pill gangs or these rogue internet thugs that were running illegal operations. He was going after domain registry companies and businesses and who they are actually registering their domains with, and basically enforcing them by partnering with these companies and making sure that these companies weren't allowing illegal activity in the US and in Canada. A lot of what they do now is they also have a database that points to what the FDA's claims are or warning letters on certain health supplements and even things like cosmetics. This is what LegitScript does and what credit card processing companies are now forced to do because of endorsement of companies like MasterCard and Google and even the National Association of Boards of Pharmacies and federal government agencies, is we have to now go through every single product on your website, every single ingredient, and run it through this database. And this obviously adds a lot of man hours, and this is why companies like Stripe, Shopify Payments, PayPal even, they just simply turn down businesses that are selling anything that adds all this extra layer of work behind them. Payment gateways like Authorize.net, who are partnered with merchant processors that actually have the resources to go through and review and monitor what merchants are selling when it comes to health products. That's kind of where they step in, and that's kind of where I fit into this whole picture. The thing that you need to know is LegitScript has been criticized by many people on the internet because the lean is very much pro-pharmaceutical, which is a good thing. I mean, we do need online regulation. We do need online businesses to be regulated for the safety of the consumer. However, when you look into some of the things that they do, they're clearly in favor of big pharmaceutical companies, and even things like, really pushing for things like kratom. Even the most recent YouTube video that was put out by them regarding CBD, and really pushing this idea that the FDA says that CBD can't be marketed as a dietary supplement because of the fact that CBD is this patented pharmaceutical drug that was approved by the FDA. Now, whether that applies to full spectrum CBD or CBD isolates, that remains to be seen, but I'm hearing around the way that as kind of more being targeted to isolates. Again, this is all just hearsay and things that I kind of hear through the grapevine of my network of people that are in the industry. They very much lean pro pharmaceutical industry. And the conspiracy theories is the FDA has, I don't think it's even a conspiracy theory. I think it's pretty much a well-known fact that many of the people that are in the FDA that regulate the Food and Drug Administration are also people that were working as pharmaceutical lobbyists and have actually worked for big pharma companies. And there's a revolving door, so obviously they're going to pass policies and try to regulate things that favor big pharma and those companies. I can go on a big long rant about the problems with the pharmaceutical industries here in the US, the opioid addiction crisis that we have, and very, very myopic policies and views that are being pushed on things like cannabis, which, we've had very unfair laws for close to almost 100 years now. New things like kratom, which I mentioned earlier. Things like kava, for instance, I did a video on kava. Kava seems to be a very benign thing, but because there were some random studies that it caused liver damage, Logiscript has put that in their database, and they refused to remove it. And now I personally found it impossible to get anyone to accept credit cards to sell kava, which is very benign. It's probably the most benign thing next to CBD, which is non-psychoactive. I hope you found this video useful. If you're looking to start a business selling health supplements, whether it's drop shipping, marketing your own brand, which I did a video on, the last video, and whether white labeling is a way for you to go, or formulating your own supplements, you need to keep in mind that this company is going to have a lot of influence on whether or not you even have the ability to accept credit cards and sell your product on the internet. So if you are that person and you're running a business now, or you plan on running one soon, go ahead and reach out to me. I've been working with hundreds of businesses, getting them set up to accept credit cards, maneuvering around the regulations that the internet credit card processing industry has placed on your type of business, and specifically on how Logiscript treats your products, the direct claims you may or may not be making, and the actual supplement ingredients that are in your products. My name is David Lopez. This is Didactics with David Lopez. My email and phone number are on this video. Feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching.